What's the word? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and today I'm joined by Jimmy Sadek, six-time Mr. Australia Michael Galley, and IFBB Pro and top 10 212 Mr. Olympia Aaron Pilates, and we're previewing and giving our predictions for the 2023 EVLS Prague Pro, being held this weekend in probably about 24 to 48 hours time, I believe, and it's a pretty good competitors list. We've got Horse. I love how on the competitors list here, it says, now it doesn't just say Marcelo De Angelis, it says Horse Marcelo De Angelis, Nathan De Asha, some other big names in the contest, Rob Cannon, Samson Dauda, Roman Fritz, Mikkel Krizo obviously is another big name in there, Jan Turek, Liang Yan as well. So plenty of good names in this one, and we'll kick it off with HorseMD, and we'll quickly discuss him because he obviously surprised a lot of people, beat out Nathan De Asha at that last contest, and I thought looked pretty incredible considering the expectation. I'd say was semi-high, but I think a lot of people thought, okay, he's going to come 5th or 6th, but comes 3rd of that contest. Aaron, what's your thoughts on HorseMD? How do you think he'll place?
Look, I did think he done pretty well considering it's his debut appearance. Like, obviously, legs are crazy. One thing that did shock me, which I don't know if this is a negative comment or a positive comment, he had that classic look, right? He come from classic, obviously. What shocked me was the photos I seen in the previous lineup. Out of Samson, him, and like the top 3 others, he actually had the widest waist of the lot. Which I thought, like, did you notice that with the front on when it was like him, Samson, De Asha, who else? Bruce. He actually had the widest torso of the whole 4, and that shocked me because I thought his strengths would be like the classic flow, small waist, big quads, but it wasn't the case. But not to put a damper on his debut. His debut was still amazing. Like, and obviously he can build from that. And the legs are crazy, bro. Like, if he brings his back up a little bit more and upper body size a little bit more, there's no doubt he can be a threat. And the lat spread there is pretty good. He's got a lot of fullness in his rhomboids and his lat spread up. Well, that was pretty impressive. I don't like how he hits the lat spread though. Like, see how he holds his hands like that?
I can't handle that, man. I was watching the live stream and it was driving me insane.
Yeah, because
and from the front, it was worse. It was worse. It was like,
it looks messy. Yeah, he needs to fix that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of things I can see that he can fix pretty fast. And obviously, there's no doubt he can be a threat. That was an amazing lineup, and he was top 3. So I had him behind Nathan De Asha, but it is what it is. It's close. So.
Yeah, and this shot here is so impressive. Like, the front double and the side shots were like, wow, like really, really good. But yeah, the back double bicep, you'll notice he doesn't have a photo of the back double up, and it was like so much noticeably worse than the rear lat spread. It sort of surprised me. I'm like, it doesn't even really make sense to me. But I don't know, Jimmy, what do you think?
This might be a shoulder mobility issue. He could have been cramping. I don't know. Has he got any photos of his back double bicep leading up?
I don't know if he does.
He's still talking about the lat spread or the rear double?
Rear double.
I think he does that, Xavier. I reckon it sounds weird, but I think he hits that lat spread because it makes his rhomboids pop more.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe the way he flexes his wrist like that makes it pop more.
Yeah, he was a little bit like, he's got the advantage here, like where he's standing on stage compared to Nathan and where the photographer is. Like, it's going to make these guys on the left look a little bit bigger, but still, I can't believe how good that matches up. And I wish I had a back double bicep here. Maybe.
Yeah, the back looks good there, but you know what I'm drawn to in that photo? Bruce's glutes, bro. Bruce, his glutes are wild, man.
Like, he lacks in the front quads, though, doesn't he?
I was about to say, if he had bigger quads, he could have pushed Samson.
Right, if he had a bigger sweep, he's close to like a perfect physique. I think like it's pretty amazing shape.
Absolutely. But obviously Bruce is unfortunately cannot make it to this contest, which sucks for him, unfortunately, because of these issues. Once again.
I think those two shots
Hello?
for horses, it's the front double bicep and leg work.
He just snuck into the interview.
He knows what's up. He's getting on YouTube early.
Yeah.
It's where the money is. But obviously another guy on the lineup, Nathan Asha, as we mentioned, placed fourth. He'd definitely want to place higher, but you'll see in contrast, because obviously when he's beaten by Regan, that was a shock. And Nathan even said, I felt bad that I didn't congratulate Regan, sort of thing, private message. But he did the opposite this time and was very congratulatory, hugged Samson, they've made up and all that sort of stuff. So he took it like a champ. But he's had a really good season. But that last contest, I think he was just maybe, I don't know if he's a little bit flattened out or a little bit of water, and the carb up process didn't nail it 100%, but he still looked fantastic. And like Aaron said, I probably had him in third place, but you can definitely make a case for HorseMD. But how do you think it will play out this weekend, Mick? Do you think Nathan will get back up over top of HorseMD, or do you think Horse will stay ahead?
I think it'll be a whole different story in Prague, mate, with who will be there judging and stuff like that. I had him head of Horse in the last show because I think Nathan was more complete all round. And man, Nathan's a workhorse. How many shows has he done this year? Unfortunately, he's just been back to back to back to back. And
he's got kids too. He's got kids in the business.
He's still conditioned. He's still holding that fullness. He hasn't really slipped off before. So I think he'll. Yeah, I just don't think Horse will beat him at this show.
Nope.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Leading up to last week as well, that was the most conditioned he'd been leading up to a show out of all the ones he's done this year. Maybe they just pushed it, like he just went too deep into a hole, and they had to maybe feed him a little bit too much too quick, because he looked a little bit bloated in the stomach and that on stage. Yeah. And if they rectify that for this week, I can see him second behind Samson quite easily. Yep,
for sure. But you got obviously Mikkel Krizo in the lineup, and depending how he comes in, I mean, for me, I thought he looked really good at the Olympia. And when you saw him before the show, you see him next to Regan Grimes, you go, he's a monster. But then you see Regan on stage next to him, and when you see the whole physique, he wasn't out massing Regan like crazy. He just out conditioned Regan, I'd say, more than anything. And Regan still had better back shots, but Krizo had him on the front. But he obviously earned that 7th place at the Olympia. So it's I actually heard Fuad said that he thinks that HorseMD could beat Krizo at this show. And if HorseMD's beating Nathan, and Nathan's sort of around that spot at the Olympia, it's it could be a cool battle between HorseMD, Krizo, and Nathan. Aaron, do you see any of these guys beating Krizo?
No. I don't think so. I think... Yeah, no, I don't. No, sorry. I think Krizo's going to be too much for them, personally.
Yeah.
Nathan's 50-50. It sounds weird, but I sort of, like I said, I have Nathan ahead of Horse, so I'm a bit confused now. But I yeah, I don't know. I feel like Krizo's still going to be too much for them, and he was real lean at Olympia. He could be even better.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see where he lands. We'll touch on a couple others, and then we'll wrap it up with our predictions.
What makes these shows so good lately, bro, is because they're so evenly battled. It's actually a good battle to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no real clear winners. Even Samson winning, it was a really good battle to watch. Bruce, Nathan, and Horse. It was a real good 4-way battle. It's nice to watch some shows where it's a real sick lineup like that instead of just a 1-2 at the top. Because usually in most shows it's just the battle of first and second, right? But these shows, there's the few that they can flip. Really, they can flip 3 or 4 ways if someone's off.
That's the fun thing about these shows, because we saw it. Was it last year, the year prior, or whatever, with Nathan? Winning shows against Samson and all these other guys, and then placing 4th, and it was wow, these guys can flip around based on the day and how they look. So Samson Dauda, obviously. Yeah, absolutely. Samson Dauda is obviously the favourite going into this one. Does anyone think he can be beaten by Krizo or any of these other guys?
Samson's making some money. Samson's making some money, this year.
He had straight
UK Arnold.
Huh?
I wonder
what he's sitting on prize money for the whole year.
Well, if he wins this show this weekend, and I believe it will probably be 10K. If it's more, then it'll be more. But he'll win $420,000. It's more.
This is more. No, it's 300 for the Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100.
What'd you get for the Olympia? 50 or 100?
100.
So 450 grand.
US.
This is 40.
So. Oh wow.
And then
so
last week
450K US.
Oh, that's crazy. He's won what the Mr. Olympia's won almost.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah, but then he'll do. Then he's going to do
the UK. Plus, he would have the biggest sponsorship contract probably in the whole lineup.
Well, I think Hostile match his prize money the same way as Muscle Tech used to match.
Muscle Tech did that with Jay and Phil.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do match.
What are those numbers?
I know Nick Walker had what they mentioned on the podcast once, that he had $100,000 bonus if he won the Olympia.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, but he might have done it.
Might be 100
because Samson was lower.
Yeah.
Pecking order and thought, whatever, give him 10 grand, give him another 10 grand.
Oh man, 450K out of the pocket plus the contract.
Bottom line, where Samson's come from, it's an amazing story. He's made bank this year, bro.
Mate, don't forget, he won the Prague show 2 years ago. That was where he started.
But I mean, like financially, like you listen to his life story, like
yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like a Kai Green sort of story.
Well, remember too when he was in lockdown for 2 weeks when he was getting ready for the show.
That, yeah.
What was that sold?
Hey, look how bad he used to go. He used to get Xavier to prep him.
Huh?
Well, I actually because his coach dumped him, and I said, dude, because he was doing some things that I was like, nah. Like what he sent me through was like, some of the stuff was like crazy. I was like, dude, I'll help out a bit. And then he was prepping, and we were prepping. He looked awesome, and then COVID happened. I was just like, well, the virus happened.
That's when I started following him. Was when he was in lockdown overseas, when he was getting ready for that show. I started watching his Instagram every day because I was like, mate, this guy is unreal.
He got a lot of fans because he stuck that out.
And he lost his job too.
Oh, did he? Oh shit.
Yeah, he lost his job back in the UK because he wasn't meant to be really over there, I think, competing. So I don't know if he was just taking some sick leave or something. Yeah, it worked out all right.
He was a tradie, wasn't he a tradie?
Yeah. I think he's a carpenter or something.
Yeah.
Well, this video here, this was only a day or two ago. I think he'll win hands down. I mean, it was a clear winner, I thought, last week. I can't see anyone coming close to him again this week. And then I think Jimmy, doesn't he go on to the UK Arnolds after this?
And I think he's going to do the American one too.
Yeah, good on
him.
Which,
off topic. Who did you have winning the 212
at the Olympia?
Nah, the one the show just gone. The one that Ahmed won.
I had the second place finisher winning that.
That go up pretty hard, eh?
Yeah, Giuseppe. I said it on my live when I was live for that show last week. But I think they're going head to head again this weekend.
Oh, that's going to be mad to watch too, because there's a lot of hatred on those comments, man. Like Ahmed, bro, I feel sorry for Ahmed because Ahmed's a really, really, really nice guy, man. And he copped a lot of hatred from. It's not his fault. Do you know what I mean? Like, because he won, a lot of people said that, like you say, did you say Giuseppe is his name is?
Giuseppe.
I think it's Giuseppe.
Yeah, so the guy there's a lot of comments saying that second should have been first and whatever. It makes this show more exciting because they're both going to back it up again, you know?
Yeah, I hope it's Giuseppe. This is what I was saying on my podcast. I was saying Zagarella. Giuseppe Zagarella.
Oh, so he's Italian, that guy?
Yeah. So you have to say it in the accent.
He's got a nice physique, man. He's come a long way. He made a lot of improvements.
I did another podcast today, and I made a comment how every time all these Europeans and Middle Eastern people's names, they change every competitor's list. Like this time it's Ahmed Ali Ashkenani.
Yeah, true.
And I think it's spelt Ashkenani's not spelt even correct. I don't know. It's weird. They changed
the promoters are misspelling it.
Yeah, they've obviously misspelled that, but yeah, their names change all the time.
They've got an I on the end. It's not Ashkenani. Ashkenani.
Ahmed Ashkenani.
Ashkenani.
We've also got Liang Yan in the contest, and we'll sort of give our predictions after this one.
I sent a freaky photo today of the Asian dude that won the classic. Have you talked about that, dude? You know that Asian dude? Is this too off topic?
I saw that today.
It's
Right,
fine,
his physique was wild, man. The details were nuts. We're not allowed to talk about that shit.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I just can't pull him. Oh, well, I could pull him up right now, but I feel like we'd be getting off on too much of a tangent.
Right.
But yeah, he looked awesome. But it's weird because his name's Liang Yan on the competitors list, but on his profile it's Shuming Yan. So I don't know what his name is.
So freaky, man. For real, like it's just like insane.
Yeah, that's thick. Look at the chest and the delts.
He'd obviously never know his condition, but he's like a monster 212er. That's not a 212er.
He wasn't bad last contest. This contest, he was pretty good. I don't know what he placed at now. I covered the show at the time. It's gone all blurry, I think, because my internet sucks. But his conditioning was actually pretty decent. It's just that he's so short, and it's like if you could just get a little bit more detailed in the chest. But he really impressed me, and it was like a good lineup where all the guys were really close, and I think he was like close within that top 5. So I think if he can just come in a little bit sharper than this, he can really sort of mix it up in that lineup as well. And I'd be intrigued to see how he looks next to everyone else, because he's just a complete freak, you know.
No, Neckzilla will beat him.
Yeah.
Oh, you were hating on Neckzilla.
No, I said whatever I said. I finished it with respectively.
He sucks. Respectively.
Fuck! I said he come top 6 in the Olympia.
You said at the pinnacle of his career. That could be in 10 years.
That's still a compliment.
It is.
People that haven't watched the Neckzilla won't understand this whatsoever, but it's fine. So go back and watch that video if you haven't watched that yet. But yeah, anyway, he's another one that can obviously do quite well in this lineup. But let's get to some predictions and wrap this one up. So I'll do mine. Huh?
This show's going to be mad to watch.
It'll be a good show for sure. Yeah. So in first place, I'll put Samson Dauda. Second place, I'll put Mikkel Krizo. Third place, I'll put Nathan Asha. Fourth, HorseMD. And fifth, who else have we got in here that I'm forgetting? Oh, I didn't show updates from Roman Fritz, but we've got Roman Fritz in there as well. So I'll say Roman Fritz in fifth.
Okay.
Who's next?
Okay. Samson, Nathan, Krizo. Oh yeah, Samson, Nathan, Krizo, Horse, Neckzilla.
Yeah, nice. Obviously, Neckzilla's not on this competitors list, but he will likely get his pro card and then compete.
That was literally I've got Samson the clear winner. I'm going to put Nape second, Krizo third, Horse fourth, and Neckzilla fifth, and then Roman sixth.
Yeah,
you guys make me feel like a dick. Nathan's on my podcast, and I'm predicting him lower than you guys.
You make sure you tell Nate that his Aussie supporters over here have got him second.
Yeah, not me.
I got the same. I got the same as Gally and Jimmy, but instead of the fifth place, I'm going to throw Liang Yang because I just love his little crazy physique. So.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, let's put it different there. That's all right. We're good.
No, we're all a little bit different, except for me.
Yeah, I like it. So I won't be actually going live for this one this weekend. I'm actually missing one show, but I'll be covering it the day after and stuff like that. So you can tune in. So make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell button. Also follow these guys on social media. The links are in the description below for them. So that's it for myself, Xavier Wills, Jimmy Sadek, Michael Galley, and Aaron Polides for What's the Word and Desktop Bodybuilding. We are out.